Hello, my name is Jason Jackson. I'm the television host and radio play-by-play voice for the three-time NBA champion Miami Heat. But in this case, I am the director of the sports documentary, Johnny Was Good.
My name is Johnny Mattress, and I'm the person that the story's been told about. It took me a while in life to kind of figure out what it was that, what your purpose is. And when I was going through it, it was about trying to be great.
My name is Ellie Adams, and I'm a producer and editor for the film Johnny Was Good. So I was tasked with telling the story of the very beginning of Johnny, so kind of how he became the athlete that he was known to be.
I'm Shannon Irish, and I'm the executive producer and also an editor for Johnny Was Good. So I really enjoyed being a part of Act 1 and really showing Johnny Mattress, the greatest athlete, and all the highlights with that. To me, it was really fun to do that act.
Hi, my name is David Perez, and I did everything from graphing to producing to filming for Johnny Was Good. And I always look at it for a lot of these athletes as kind of like this mold of clay. They come in as these 13, 14-year-olds, and if you would have told Johnny, anybody would have said, hey, maybe you don't make it to the league, they don't listen to you. And I think that's why a documentary like this is so important, not to spread that message, but to say, hey, you're just molding the athlete and person you're going to become, and anything can get in the way of that. And it's making sure that the challenges and obstacles don't become determining factors in your life.
I'm Maggie DeBarberi, and I am a producer and editor on Johnny Was Good. So I had Act 3, which was the end of the movie, which at this point, we had established just the fact that Johnny was an absolute beast, a talent like no other in high school. And then that was kind of the rise. And then, the middle act of the movie where he went through some trials and tribulations as any human being does. And then Act 3 was kind of the rise of the Phoenix, is how we would always talk about it in our meetings. And it was, Johnny realizing that his purpose was not just football, it was not just sports, that he was and is so much more than that. We tell the story of his 3 sons and how through them he's able to find kind of new meaning and purpose in his life.
Well, after going through the process and, life changes and stuff, you realize that the things you went through was so that you can teach other people to keep them from making the mistakes or help them get to where they need to be at. So,
I'm Rob Cabrera, and I'm the director of animatics for Johnny Was Good. I think this story is incredibly important, especially for those kinds of individuals who aspire to be pro athletes, to just know that you have value. You have value beyond what you can provide out there on the field.
I'm Edwin Jean. I am the director of photography for Johnny Was Good. Dreams are always going to be bigger than life. And there's a lot of the minutia that you get told you'll get through it, but you never get told how. You never get told what angles they can come. Johnny faced like 3 different angles that someone will face once in their lifetime and still made it out to be and understand the great person he is now.
I think it's really important for kids, aspiring athletes, to know, one, you gotta do your studies. You gotta take it seriously because that's part of it, and you can't just let that slide. But also, two, what are you gonna do if you don't make it? How are you going to continue on your life? What are you going to do that's gonna matter and be important? And you don't have to go through as many of the trials and tribulations that Johnny went through. He's obviously learned from whatever he did, and he has risen and become an incredible leader and mentor to young men that are also aspiring.
Thank you so much for taking the time to entertain the idea of bringing in our story and presentation. We hope that you do. Before we go, one last reminder.
I'm Johnny Mattress, and I'm still good.